This tutorial explains how to create your own packages in the R programming language. The tutorial was created in collaboration with Wolf Riepel, who is an expert on topics such as R programming, data analysis, and statistical computing. Wolf Riepel is also the owner of the YouTube channel Statistik in DD, on which he provides R programming tutorials himself. I definitely recommend checking out his channel because he's providing amazing content on the channel. So without too much talk, I'll hand it over to Wolf Riepel for the tutorial.
Welcome to the Statistics Globe YouTube channel also from my side. I'm really honored and humbled to be asked to contribute to Statistics Globe by Joachim, so thank you for this opportunity. It's the first collaboration that I'm doing on YouTube, so I'm really excited about that, and I hope you find my contribution useful. I'm talking about how to create your own R package today, and if you think that maybe this is too much of an advanced topic for you, just give me a few moments before you click away to talk about motivation, and then hopefully you'll catch on, because I think it's really a cool way of expressing yourself in R to create your own package. So why is it worth thinking about creating your own R package even if you don't feel like a very advanced R programmer? Well, first and foremost, it's much easier than you may think if you haven't done it before. We'll create an R package in this video in 2 minutes or less, depending on how much I talk, but you only have to do a few clicks to get a working version of a minimal R package, to get the basic file structure. That's very easy to do in RStudio. Secondly, which preconditions do you need to fulfill to create an R package? Sébastien Rochette from ThinkR in France put it this way: you need to have written at least one line of R code in your career so far to be qualified enough. So I assume that this is the case for the vast majority of viewers. So before we get practical, let's think about when it makes sense to create your own R package. Maybe you know that quote from the great R for Data Science book by Hadley Wickham and Gary Grolemont. When you find yourself copying the same piece of code 2 times or more, it's time to write a function. And we can extend that to creating a package. When you find yourself copying and pasting functions across files or across projects, then it's a good idea to create your own package. So it's a way of easily reusing your code without code duplication. It gives you a chance to organize your code in a central place. It can be a great help when you collaborate with others in ongoing projects, next to version control, of course, which we're not going to talk about in this video. Your own R package is a great way of standardizing your code. For example, when you want to create consistent plot themes, I've seen that at companies where I did trainings, they created an in-house package just to have a consistent plot theme and a consistent color scheme. R packages are also great when you want to document your functions in a human-friendly way. So it's much easier to look at R's built-in help files than to skim over scripts and read through code comments. And also, even if you don't write any functions, a package can still be very useful. That is when you want to share and document data in a central place. So let's get practical. Let's create our first R package, and you'll see it's very easy to do. So I go to the project menu in the top right of the screen. It says project none, and I create a new project in RStudio. So I click on new project. It takes a few seconds to open up this new project wizard. And now it's a good idea to do it in a new directory. And you see that R package is a type of project that you can create. If you don't work with projects yet in RStudio, I can highly recommend that. Even if you don't work on packages, projects are a great way of organizing your code and keeping your history and your global environment separate for different projects, so you can switch conveniently between projects. But for a package, it makes even more sense. So we choose R package. We need to give it a name. So I just call it my first R package. So it's not a very thoughtful name, but you can choose any name. And we are not going to use version control here. If you don't have Git installed, you don't see that. Also, renv we're not using, so we're keeping the very simple defaults. I'm just switching to a different folder and create it there. So we can leave the rest as is. We're not starting with any scripts that we could add here. We just create an empty package. Well, it's almost empty. It's an RStudio example package. So I click on Create Project without further ado. So it takes a couple of seconds to initialize the project, and you see it's not completely empty. It contains a basic function. And so we have a starting point already. So we see in the top left, we have a script, and it does something that a lot of introductions in different programming languages and IT topics do. It prints hello world. So let's be quick and not mess around with it much. We look at the file structure in a moment, but let's get started very quickly. We have a new tab here next to environment, history, and connections. We have a build tab that only exists inside of our project that are packages in RStudio. And we have a couple of extra menu points here like install and restart. So let's do that to get a quick start. You see some text is running through and the package is actually installed. And you see in the console in the bottom left, it says library, my first R package. So it is installed. We look at the file structure in a moment, but let's see what it does. So we see from the script hello.r, there's a function called hello. So let's try if we can run this function. So I just type in the console hello, and indeed it prints hello world to the console. So the package is working. We should find it under the packages tab. So let's see if we find it there. I have the search field, my first R package. So it is there. It has been installed like any regular R package. And now there are a couple of things where we need to think differently when creating a package compared to writing R scripts that are not packages. So usually when we define a function, the function will show up in the global environment. But here we see in the top right panel, the environment is empty. So the hello function is not defined in the global environment, but it lives in the package. So this is important. I could run the function definition in the script, and then the function would appear in the global environment, hello, but this is not recommended because then I can easily get confused. The function should only live in the package namespace and not in the global environment. So I will remove it again to not be confused here. Okay, so we saw the package is installed, but what does it contain? Obviously, it has this script that we see in the source pane in the top left, hello.r, that defines the function. It also gives some useful information and a link to the Great R Packages book by Hadley Wickham and Jenny Bryan. So you can buy that book, but you can also read it online for free, which is great and is true for a number of other packages from the RStudio team. So you can find a lot of resources there. So what does the basic file structure look like? We see that on the files in the bottom right. So we have two folders. The R folder, I think, is pretty straightforward to understand. It contains our R scripts, in this case, hello.r. I move up again, and then there's a man folder. It's not about discriminating women or anything gender specific, but man stands for manual. So hello.rd holds the documentation for the function. So we can check in the console if the function is documented. So I type $hello, and indeed we have a very simple help page, hello world, description prints hello world, usage examples. So a minimal documentation for our function. This documentation comes from the hello.rd file in the man subfolder, so we can click on that. And if you know LaTeX, this may look familiar. The good news is, if you don't know LaTeX or if you don't feel like writing code like this, we don't have to write this code. So this was created here by RStudio, by the sample project. But in a moment when we create the next package, we'll see there's an easier way, a more convenient way of creating the documentation. But we can use the built-in documentation, so our function is documented just like other packages that we may use. A few more words about the other files that we see in the file structure. So there's an rbuildignore file where you can specify files that you need during package development, but that shall not be part of your final package. So you can put these in rbuildignore. There's a package called useThis that offers convenience functions to manage this file, so you don't have to edit entries there by hand because you need to use regular expressions, but that is easy using the useThis package. Then there's a description that holds some basic meta information. This is a pure text file, so it's fine to edit that by hand. So it has the package name, my first R package, but then obviously we would have to edit the title and the description here, what the package does and so on. By the way, if you publish a package on CRAN, the title must not contain the word package. So this is the description. There are also functions and they use this package to edit the description, but as this is just a plain text file, you can also edit it by hand. The other files in the basic file structure, there's this .rproj file with the name of the package. So my first R package .rproj in this case, that's a file that we don't need to touch. It's an RStudio internal file that manages this as an RStudio project. So we don't need to edit that. And then there's the namespace that manages if our functions are available for outside users. So you can have so-called exported functions or non-exported functions. And here we see it's a regular expression, but the good news is, again, we don't need to edit that by hand. There are convenience functions to manage the namespace, so that's easy as well. The hello function was obviously exported because we could use it after installation. So much for our first simple example, and in the next section of the video, we'll create a slightly more complex package with a function that we document by hand. So much for the RStudio example package. Let's create a second package with our own function that we will also document because we didn't see documentation so far. So again, I start a new project. In the project menu at the top right, new project. I don't need to save the environment. New directory is recommended. And then here I'm using R package using DevTools. DevTools contains some convenience functions. So this is recommended for package development. I call the package myCalc because I have a calculation function that I want to document. Create project. So again, it takes a few seconds. And you see now we have no scripts in the R folder, so it's really an empty package. And we have no man subfolder for the documentation because nothing has been documented yet. So you see from scratch how to start up with a package. I prepared a simple function that we can use called myCalc, but this is not part of the package yet. And I show you how to use this package to ease package development. So I'm typing library DevTools, which contains some tools for package development. And you see that also the use this package is loaded when I do that. And now I can just use a function use R to start up a new script. I could manually open a script and save it in the R subfolder, but I do it this way and I call the script myCalc. And now you see that in the R subfolder, the script is created, myCalc, but it's empty. So this script that you see here is just my helper file so that I don't have to type everything by hand, but it's not yet part of the package. So I put the function in there, and what the function does is it takes a numeric vector and a function as an input, and then the function is applied to the numeric vector f of x. So if that sounds a bit abstract, I save it. And then instead of installing the package, there's a shortcut. We can just load the function, load all, or Control-Shift-L. And then I can use the function, myCalc, and let's say we use a vector from 1 to 10, and the mean function, and it calculates the mean of this vector. So it takes the numeric vector and the function as an input and returns the result 5.5. So far, so good. The function is working, but when I want to have a look at the documentation, question mark myCalc, there's no documentation. We haven't documented the function yet. So this used to be much harder. It's easier now. I hope to convince you of that. So you can go to the code menu in RStudio, and there's an entry just below the middle, insert R oxygen skeleton, or there's also a keyboard shortcut, but you can find it in the menu. And then we get the basic structure of commands that we need to fill in the documentation. So we can do that here. You see we get the skeleton. There are so-called R-oxygen tags like param, return value, and export says the function is available for outside users. So we don't have to remember all that by heart, but we can use this structure and then just fill it in. So I prepared this a little bit we have x as a numeric vector, f as a function, and the return value and an example how to use that. So I copy that over to our script to complete the documentation. So all we filled in was the parameters x and f, a numeric vector and a function. The return value is the result of the calculation, and we have one example. So I can save that script now and then go again to the Build tab and document the function. There's a keyboard shortcut, Ctrl-Shift-D, or we can click on this menu entry, Document. So it's writing the documentation now. And now we have this man subfolder that we saw before in the documentation in the first example, and it's got this RD file with this LaTeX-like style, but you see we don't need to edit that by hand. So this is created for us from this skeleton that is, I think, not too hard to create. We can load the function again, load all, and then look for the help file again, !mycalc, and now we see there is a basic documentation. I didn't provide a title, but in the description, so I need to fill that in still, but there's usage, there's the arguments, and the return value. And at the bottom, we also see an example, mycalc 1 to 10 mean. So we have this documentation. You get the key idea, I think. So the main takeaway should be it's not too hard to create a package. It can be quite fun. It's really, I find, raises my confidence in using R, having tried out a few packages of my own. So I encourage you to do that. Try that out. Subscribe to the Statistics Globe channel if you haven't already. All the best. See you next time. Ciao.
Thanks again to Wolf Riepel for his contribution to this video. If you want to learn more on how to create your own packages in the R programming language, I can recommend once again to check out Wolf's channel Statistic in DD, because on this channel he's providing a series on how to create your own package in R. And in this series he's discussing the topics of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to his channel into the description of the video so you can find it there. And if you have liked this video, make sure to give thumbs up on the video or leave us a comment below. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video.